Is your Filipino girlfriend looking for something better? And just to be clear, this is not only exclusive to Filipinas, this is also with other women from other countries as well too. Which also includes Western women, but right now I'm talking about Filipinas. This is not only exclusive to non-faithful relationships, this could go for faithful relationships as well too. Yes, you could be in a strong loving relationship, but do not forget the spark could fade out. Do not forget you are in a poor country, and sometimes they could see somebody way better than you and richer than you, and suddenly they'll fall out of love with you and in love with them. This is something that can happen with any woman, including Filipinas. So all those stories you might hear about strong loving relationships ending up in divorce is actually true. They was actually in love. But selfishness sometimes takes over marriages and people break up. And a lot of the time it's because of someone new. But if you are in a loyal relationship with a faithful Filipina, doesn't necessarily mean she's going to leave you for a rich person. But in the world we live in, anything is possible, and people switch up very fast. And plus, a faithful and loyal Filipino won't cheat on you as fast as an unfaithful one, just keeping it real with you. And I don't want to lie to you, so I'd rather keep both sides open. Now, as you know, it's very hard to tell if a Filipina is faithful or not because a lot of them know how to play the game very well, especially if you have seen certain videos about them. From what I heard, some of them understand this at a very young age. And this don't only go for relationships, this goes for all things in life when they want something. There's actually a creator on YouTube that explains how he has a 10-year-old daughter, which I actually find quite shocking because I did not expect that from him. But what he was basically saying on the video is that the mother of his child would actually tell his daughter what to say to him. You know, to get different things, I believe. But the way she does it sounds very manipulative. I doubt this is a part of the culture. I think this is just certain segments of the population, maybe women that live in the city or villagers. So the thing I'm explaining right now, not everybody experienced, but there are a lot of stories about how people get played because a lot of these women look for something better. I know a lot of you guys might not want to hear this, but when you are in a relationship with a Filipina that does not love you, she will be scanning for people while you guys are outside. Yes, you heard me right, scanning. So while you at the beach, while you in a restaurant, while you buying her beer, she's actually looking for other potential partners. I know it's sad, but true. And sad to say, even some of the men that you might see in the video may be victims, or maybe not, but you never know. But a lot of these women have something that's called the grass is greener syndrome. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the term. It basically means you don't know what you got until it's gone. I believe the term is more of an American term. It's basically saying like, listen, you have your own grass and it's pretty green, but guess what? You go to your neighbor's grass to see if it's greener. Come to find out it's not as green. It's really dark, it's really dingy, plus it has a lot of snakes. And believe it or not, this is the situation these females might put themselves in. They might leave you for a guy that's just as bad as them, who could easily leave them as a broken baby mother. You see, a lot of these women that do things like that don't really think much about the consequences. They just do it. But one thing I can tell you, I feel like Filipinos are not doing it maliciously, like certain women might do in the West. I feel like they are doing it for self-interest, but a lot of times they also do it for financial reasons. While women in the West will do it on purpose just to hurt your feelings, like talk to your brother, your friend, your cousin. So that's one thing I actually give the unfaithful Filipinos. They're doing it for financial reasons. It's still not good, it's just as bad, but yeah. Now the question is, how do you know if they are scanning for a next potential partner? See, the thing is, when you're outside, it may be hard to tell because it's probably natural for them to see different people and for them to look around. So it's hard to tell what they're really thinking or what they're really doing at the moment. And 9 times out of 10, you'll be doing the same thing, just simply looking around. One way you'll be able to tell is when you and her are alone and you're actually in the house together. That's mostly around the time you guys could focus on each other. You can see the obvious behavior, checking on the phone, acting very suspicious while she's on her phone. Now the question you may ask yourself, is she scanning for somebody better? Is she going to leave me right now? Not necessarily. Because in this country you do have a lot of women that like to eat their cake and have it too. So while they're scanning for new people, they might not want to leave you. They want you to still be there. Sometimes they're scanning different people for different options. She might have one person for sex. She might have another person to pay her bills. She might have another person to fly out. She might have different people for different aspects of her life. Just to be 100% clear, there are Filipinos that probably might not want sex from you at all. So it's not always about that. So maybe all 5 or 6 of you guys are just paying different bills. And she's kind of living the life of luxury off of a lot of you foreigners. Or sponsors, because sponsors could be anybody. And yes, you could have been somebody she scattered while being with somebody else, so you never know. Because for some of these women, it's just a cycle with different faces. Now I know I said not many Filipinos would like to have sex with you, because not every Filipina is about that life. But you do have some that use sex as a weapon to get what they want. And believe me, they will weaponize it. The same way some women can weaponize your feelings, they could also weaponize sex. And because they use sex to get what they want, some, not all, those 3 to 6 guys I just mentioned, well, she could be having sex with all 6 of them. Because one thing guys forget sometimes is how powerful women are. Especially Filipino women and their sexuality. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know how somebody can have sex with so many people and still be normal. So at the end of the day, the person that she scanned, she could easily be having sex with them and having sex with you as well too. Again, they are scanning around for a purpose, not for nothing. And them looking for someone new does not stop at marriage either. Because you could easily fall in love with this person and then next thing you know, they leave you for somebody better because they were scanning the room. And it'll be pretty messed up if they scan the room while on your marriage day they seeing a best friend of yours and they decide to go out with them. I hope that doesn't happen to anybody, but hey, people do crazy things. If you ever decide to travel overseas or go to the US, scanning for a better partner will not stop once you move to the US. Actually, it will continue to get worse. Because do not forget, people love Asian women in America. We all know there are a lot of rich people out here. So how can you stop them if they want to find someone better? Well, to keep it real with you guys, you can't. Because once they start looking for someone better, that means they are missing something within that relationship or they never found it within that relationship. Even though they say they are going to stop, do not forget, if it's not fulfilled, they are never going to stop. Because behaviors like this is almost like an urge, almost like an itch that they have to be itched. The only way you can stop it from happening is by you leaving, to be honest with you. And if you ever notice that they are scanning, which of course is hard to tell, again, leave. Because if you continue to stay, they will find what they are looking for. And while I did say someone may stay while still scanning, there are those that will leave. Because they find what they wanted. And I believe looking for someone better in a relationship is a habit. Because who said it was going to stop with you? It may end up doing it to the next partner, and the one after that. And believe me, the stories that I hear, these women are capable of getting multiple guys. While you may find a faithful, beautiful Filipino girlfriend, you may have to go through a lot of women that scan for other guys while they're with you. Behind every pain there is relief. So at the end of the day, you won't have to wait too long. Alright guys, have a great one.